One fish, two fish, let's fish! A family game for 2 to 5 players, ages 8 and up, lasting about 30 to 45 minutes. The game comes with the following game components. Besides the game box and the rule booklet, it comes with 5 fish count player mats, 3 fishing dice, 1 red tide die, 48 lure tiles, 45 fish tokens, and 1 start player token. Now please note that the game components that are in this video are just prototypes. Actual game pieces may or probably will appear different. Shown here is a typical layout for 3 players. Each player has their fishing count player mat and have drawn 3 lures from the common tackle box in the center of the table. Note that there is the 3 dice, fishing dice handy, and the red die handy if needed, and all the fish tokens handy. Any lure that has been used throughout the game gets put in a discard pile, which, if the tackle box ever runs out, everything gets shuffled up and put back into that tackle box. One fish, two fish, let's fish is a game about fishing. The winner of the game is the player who catches fish at all 9 levels without any missing levels, starting with the top surface level 1 and going all the way down to the bottom level 9. Fishing is done by using lure tiles and fishing tiles. The lure tiles can be specific to a level, span a level or 2, or can be used at any level. Each fishing die has 3 caught side fish sides, 2 no fish sides, and 1 red tide side. At the start of the game, each player has a fish count player mat and draws 3 lure tiles. On each turn, a player may choose to either swap out their lure tiles or go fishing. If they choose to swap their lure tiles, discard those that they do not want, and then draw back up to 3. That ends their turn. If they choose to fish, they select 1 or more of their lure tiles based on what level they are fishing at. Then choose how many fishing dice they want to roll based on which group of levels they are fishing at, and then roll the dice to see if they catch any fish. And yes, they caught a fish. At the end of a turn, the player draws up to 3 fishing lures, getting them ready for their next turn. A result of red tide on a fishing die may cause a player to lose a fish. Whenever a player rolls the fishing dice and the red tide side comes up, they must then roll the red tide die and check the results. If the result matches a level that a player has a fish at, that player must discard a fish. The player does get to choose which level fish he must discard. If the red tide die shows a level number that the player does not have a fish at, or if the die shows 0, the player does not lose a fish, but his turn ends here. In order to win, the fish count mat must not have any open levels. A fish must be caught at all upper levels, say 3 or 4, before any lower levels, say 7 or 8, can be fished at.